Hello Wildcats and welcome to the Wildcat News.
Now let's head over to Caden for the weather.
Thank you, Ollie. So for this week's forecast, expect very low temperatures as we head into December. The high of today will be a bone chilling 39, with an 82% chance of patchy rain around 6 to 5 p.m. and winds of 18 through 9 miles per hour for the whole day. On Thursday, expect a high of 39 and a 30% of frost in the early hours of 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. On Friday, expect a high of 41 with a 30% chance of frost around the early hours of 12 a.m. through 12 p.m. On Saturday, expect a high of 42 with a 52 chance of rain around 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. On Sunday, expect a high of 41 with a 47% chance of rain around 6 to 9 a.m. On Monday, expect a high of 35 and a 40% chance of frost the entire day. And there will be wind speeds around 13 miles per hour from 12 to 5 p.m. On Tuesday, expect a high of 37 with a 40% chance of frost around 12 to 9 a.m. Winds will be more calmer than the previous day, around 1 to 6 miles per hour. On Wednesday, expect a high of 41 around 4 a.m. to 9 p.m. with winds of 4 to 9 miles per hour.
For the weather.
Now to Ollie for our sports update.
1, 2, 3.
Last Monday, our Wildcat basketball C team played Greencastle and won 55 to 23, and they also played last Tuesday against Covington and won 45 to 15. The JV basketball team played Banks last Wednesday and won 35 to 30 against North Vermilion. The swim team had swim meets on Saturday and Monday and had a swim meet yesterday. Also, the varsity basketball team played on Friday in the Banks of the Wabash and beat North Vermilion 78 to 56 and lost to Park Heritage 61 to 58.
Thanks, Ollie, for our sports update, and good luck to our athletes.
Now over to M for our December events.
Hi, I'm M. Johnson, and I'm here to bring you your December events. Christmas break is coming up in about 3 weeks. Also, finals are approaching very fast. They are the 21st and the 22nd of December, so be prepared. On December 22nd is the last day for the second grading period and the last day of the first semester. If you would like to get rid of any of your non-certified absences, you'll need to give Ms. Strayer your doctor's notes by Friday, December 15th. That's all I have for your December events.
Thank you, M, for updating us on the events for this month.
Now back to Nevaeh for some info about our finals.
Our final exams will be on the 21st and the 22nd. For some people, you can opt out of it, but for others, you can't. The only ways you can opt out of it is by having no tardies and a limit of 3 absences per class, non-certified. A single class violation eliminates the eligibility in all classes. You must be passing the course with a C or higher in each 9-week grading periods. You have to have 0 disciplinary actions. You cannot have more than 2 cell phone infractions. A student cannot attempt to opt out of an AP course during the first semester. If the entire SV student body attendance is 96%, then all the students who meet the remaining cafeteria may attempt out of the additional final. You can only opt out of 3 exams. Also, please make sure your iPads are fully charged.
Thank you, Nevaeh, for some info about our finals.
Now over to Matthew for some tips from Mrs. Kendrick.
Hello, I'm Matthew, and I'm here with tips from a teacher. This week's tips were about finals and given to us by Miss Kendrick. Some of the things that she said were to stay organized and make sure you keep your notes. She said to try and use different study methods. Lastly, she said to actually study. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Matthew and Mrs. Kendrick, for the tips.
Now over to Bree for our faculty feature.
Hello, I'm Bree, and I interviewed Mrs. Govins this week. The first question I asked her was what did she do before working here, and she said she was a regional merchandising manager for Ashley Furniture. She managed a team of visual learners that decorated all the Ashley home stores in Indiana and Kentucky. The next question I asked her was what her favorite thing about SV is, and she said the students and staff. Final question I asked was, what would you change? And she said, more teacher restrooms.
Thank you for interviewing Mrs. Goins, Bree.
Now over to Nevaeh for our weekly Would You Rather.
For this week's Would You Rather is, would you rather have your birthday around Christmas or around the middle of the year? 70% said they would rather have their birthday around Christmas, and 30% said they would want their birthday around Christmas. Would you rather have Christmas once a month or have school once a month? 50% said that they would rather have Christmas once a month, and the other 50% said that they would rather have school once a month.
Thank you for the Would You Rather, Nevaeh.
Now over to Sean for the fact of the day.
Hi, I'm Sean here with your fact of the day. Did you know that there are over 30,000 kinds of fish, and most fish don't even have eyelids? And on the topic of fish, did you know that tuna is the most consumed fish and can reach 10 feet in length and weighing 2,000 pounds?
Thank you for the fact of the day, Sean.
Now over to Kyler for our tech tip.
I'm Kyler, and I'm giving you some tech tips. One valuable tech tip is to explore and leverage modern low-code or no-code platforms, such as Microsoft Power Platform. These platforms empower non-technical users to create applications, automate workflows, and solve business problems. Without needing extensive coding knowledge, there's also a way to shut down and restart your devices regularly. There are a lot of apps that run in the background and take up memory, slowing your device and shortening battery life. You can stop all those processes by simply shutting a device down.
Thank you, Kyler, for the tech tip.
Now over to Alanson for our good news only.
I'm Alanson Hammond, here to give you this week's good news. Most small businesses are confident that they can handle financial instability in America. There is development in a special toothpaste that will help with peanut allergies. Some small businesses plan to sell what they call super plants to remove 30 times more indoor pollutants than normal houseplants.
Thank you, Alanson, for the good news.
I'm Alanson Hammond.
And I'm Ollie Hendricks, and this is your Wildcat News Team signing off.